Hello everyone, my name is Ovi, and today in this video we will be going over the professions and where I believe they rank in as far as making you gold. Now, I'm not setting any specific amounts, like this is going to make you millions and this is not. This is just in proportion to each other within Dragonflight. And I'm going to do a quick little plug here. I just noticed that I have this thing down here. It's showing my Twitter. So if you want to follow me on Twitter, please do so if you care to see my ramblings about all sorts of stuff, not just World of Warcraft. Okay, so before we get into the rankings, I'm basically going to go over what they all mean. Right? It's very simple. So S tier means you're making excellent money. It's the best of the best, top of the top. You know, you're probably going to want to be into one of these, right? If any of these are not your taste, you can go into A, which is great. It's great gold. It'll give you good returns in your investment here. B, these are the ones that are going to be good. You know, it's nice to have, but you're not going to be making, extraordinary amounts of gold. It's just something nice to have. C, poor. Basically, you're not going to be making much, if maybe at all. Very little. Don't expect much gold from this profession or professions, right? And D, we like to call it the dumpster, where you make no money and you probably lose money if you go into that profession, right? So that's gonna be the criteria to put these professions in their ranks. Okay, so let's get started. Let's just go in order here from left to right. We have Herbalism. Herbalism, easy, dumpster. It's trash. You're not going to make a single dime out of this. No, I'm kidding. This, quite frankly, is in the A tier. It's just so many professions it supports. Not only are you getting the herbs for the alchemy, you're getting, and then the herbs are like sprinkled in like in other professions as well. Not much, but there is sort of sprinkled in there, so herbalism can propagate in the professions. But it's a nice little bonus. But really, what you're going for is the air and the frozen or the frost elements. That's what really it's going to make you even more money, I believe, because those essences are everywhere. So not only are you making herbing a ton of this stuff, right? And then you can pick and choose which one you want to go to. It's not like you can just stick to one. You can specialize into one and like really get those high quality gatherings, right? And get a pretty penny for those. So if you notice that one of these herbs are selling more than others or are more in demand, you can just specialize into that particular herb and make a killing, right? But you're already going to be making killing, so it's very high, and almost into S tier territory. But I'm going to give it an A. I'm going to be a little conservative and say that you're going to be making great gold with that profession. Okay, with the next one in line we have engineering. Engineering, we all know, expansion after expansion. This is S tier. You cannot go wrong with engineering. It's going to make you a ton of money. Not. Actually, I would want to put it into D, that's going to make you no money and basically cost you money. But there are a few things that you can sell and make. So I'm going to put it in the C tier. Very quickly, it's going to be in your tools. I think that's where you're gonna be able to make a little bit of money with the tools, maybe even a little more than that, right? Because you have a mining tool, it's very good, and then especially if you get the higher one, like Kazgarite, those are also very desirable. You have a fishing tool, you have a tailoring tool, and you have a Jewelcrafter tool. I think those are all going to be necessary and in demand from these crafters. The only other thing I can find is the tinkers. Maybe in tinkering you might be able to make some money there, and some toys. They have some pretty cool toys. So it depends if maybe a lot of people not go into toys. You can go into that and make some gold. But again, I'm not really thinking this is going to be the shining star of professions of Dragonflight. Okay, what do we got next? Okay, I'm gonna make this real easy. Okay, no more joking around. Alchemy, S tier, and it's just one word: multicraft. Multicraft, multicraft, multicraft. This is where you're basically. I think this is where like Blizzard is like saying, okay, we've taken away the mission table, we've taken away these other places where you can get gold. We're gonna put them into the professions, and here's where you're gonna be able to make that gold back that you had from other places, and more, because if you specialize, and I believe in, like I said, in flat or files. That's where most of the fun's going to be. Obviously, you can go into potions. You want to go into everything, right? To get multicraft into everything. And it's going to be awesome. So Alchemy is just an easy S tier. And for the whole expansion. I have no doubts that this is just going to be, good overall. You might want to have a pocket jewel crafter just because of the draconic vials that you're going to need. In the beginning, once you level this up and you get better herbs and you get better potions and more knowledge points, you can go ahead and go down to the cheaper draconic vials. But still, you can make your own. So you might want to look into that. Okay, next on the list we have blacksmithing. Blacksmithing, I guess you all pretty know it's just straight up S tier. You're going to be making tools, a lot of tools, and a lot of the nice ones. Just that, it's gonna make you a pretty penny for the really nice ones, like the Casgrite ones. And then you have weapons galore. Just that makes it, I think, S tier already. You do have the alloys to make the other specialty armor. Which again, that's another big thing. You make armor, so that's gonna go into your alloys are going into your armor. There's a cool little repair hammer. Like sometimes you're in the dungeon or some place where you cannot repair. It's nice to have a few of those thrown in. You have weapon enchants, which is a nice little bonus that you have. And then if for the people that are gonna be go ham, digging up artifacts, you make shovels. This is just like back in the gold rush of in California, where the people that made the more money were actually people selling shovels and picks instead of the people that went going mining in the hills. So it's just a series. It's just weapons, tools galore, armor, specialized armor, alloys, whole bunch of little knickknacks in here there. It's easy an S tier. All right. Enchanting. Now this is going to be a little controversial, but hear me out. I believe Enchanting is going to be A tier. And one of the reasons why I'm going to say this is because within Enchanting, not only enchants are pretty popular, and this time around you got a lot of enchants, different enchants, interesting enchants, enchants up the kazoo, right? But you have this one specialization that I like to call, or I just came up with, real frankly, the Essence Hunter. You're sucking all these essences from all these mobs, and that might in the beginning make you a ton of money, which then you could put into your enchants. It's crazy. You got profession tool enchants, which I know a couple of them, or at least 3 of them, are going to be high in demand. And if you can get them the best quality, even the better. You do have a couple weapons. You got some glyphs, and you got a pet. So I think that has the potential to make you great money, at least in the beginning, and I think all throughout the expansion. Honestly, enchants are always in demand. Always in demand. You're always getting something better. You have to upgrade it. And especially in the beginning, if you can get those the purple ones, those are going to go for extreme amount of money. But in the beginning, yeah, probably make a little more money, and as it peters out, I think it's going to be good. So it's going to be a great little profession. All right, next we have Inscription. Okay, this is going to be another one of those little, with an asterisk professions, because obviously, the big elephant in the room is Dark Moon cards, and now with Dark Moon decks. This feels like it's gonna be a boom or bust type of profession. If the trinkets just go, people go bananas for them. This is gonna be a big money maker. But I think only the biggest of goblins or people that have enough gold that want to sink into it are probably going to be able to get into that business. Now, if you have like another tune that can get you, all those. 'Cause there's lots of ways to get the elements. Now that I'm noticing, there's actually quite a few ways to get these essences, and even the Awakened Order or the Rousing Orders. There's a way of getting those. I think people are gonna price those a little high in the beginning, so that's why it might be prohibitive to go into Darkmoon cards. But if you got the money, I think people are gonna want them. And like in Shadowlands, the trinkets, even before or even after the big bucks that were being made, they were still popular. People were making alts, and an easy way to get your alt up to I think it was around 200 level back then. It was getting a trinket, and they were still going for I think they were going for 25,000, 20,000. These trinkets for I think the DPS one. The other ones were a little cheaper, but still, I think the cheapest one was selling for 10,000, or sometimes even 15,000. So this is one of the professions that was going to be with an asterisk, but I'm going to put it in. Yeah, I have to put it in S tier. I just have to. Not only for the Darkmoon decks, but you have the Vantance runes, you have the regular runes, which are the weapon enchants to give you a little boost. Yeah, I got a couple of weapons. You have the contracts. You have the treatises, which give you a knowledge point every week, and then they have a chance to proc multicraft. Although it'll be for the consumer, the person that asks for the craft. So, if for the crafting order, that might undermine your business a little bit. But I don't think in that case you would want to put anything in your tools to give you multicraft. And you have some glyphs, right? And your knowledge points. So I think Inscription is going to be an S tier. All right, next we have Jewelcrafting. Jewelcrafting, I wish I could find a little more to it, a little more meat to the profession. But other than, the rings and the necks, and obviously the very probably sought after socket, I don't see it, it seems like it's going to peter out as far as that. Hopefully, in the future they make it a little more robust, but it seems like it's just going to be in your jewelry or in your gems. Yeah, you'll have pets, you'll have some reagents that you can make, and your gems. They do have some tools, so those might be nice. But I think where I want the money to be is in those unlimited diamond gems. Those are super juicy, and if you can get to those, and they are actually popular, and they sell pretty good, you can make a good amount of money. So this is going to be your very first B. So I think you'll make good money. Rings next, the socket, the unlimited diamonds, the pets, the reagents, gems, and the tools. All right, next we have is Leatherworking. Leatherworking, straight up, it's just going to be up there in S tier, and I'll tell you why. Armor, 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 leather armor, mail armor, leveling armor, PvP armor, specialty armor, the bestial, the decayed, all this stuff. It's just the armor, that's it. And you still have tools that you make. You can make the armor kits. You got a couple toys, drums, which it's nice to have, and some reagents. But basically, it's just armor. And I think there was a tool. I don't even remember if I had a tool, but just it doesn't even matter at that point. It's just armor up the kazoo. All right, next we have is mining. Mining is just going to be up there right off the bat with your herbalism. It's so much fun. It's actually pretty fun. Just going around capturing all these nodes, overloading them, getting all these, not only the Ceravite and the Draconium and then the Casgarite every once in a while, but then the essences. This is just going to make you tons of money. tons and tons of money. It's going to be, obviously you got to put the work in, just like any other gathering profession. You got to put the work in and the time. But in the beginning, these gathering professions, they're going to be in high demand just because of the amount of materials these other ones are going to need. And that's just easy A tier. Okay, next we have is skinning. Skinning, where did I put this here? I put it in A. Skinning is just going to go everywhere. Now, I'm going to put it, let me rearrange this real quick. I'm going to put Enchanting here and leave skinning a low A, kind of high B. Obviously, you're going to need a lot of it because just of the mail and the leather armor. But you don't get any essences, and that just might be, that's going to push this down. Obviously, but you have those 2 different types of armors that you can support. So I'm going to leave it there, low A, maybe high B, but I'll leave it there. All right, last but not least, tailoring. Tailoring, I'm going to give it a, let's see, where we're going to put this one. Let's put it in, I want to put it in A. Better than skinning. Better than enchanting. Ooh, don't want to push past these. Oof, this is kind of hard. You know what? This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put tailoring here, and I'm going to put mining above herbalism. That feels nice. Okay, so why am I giving it an A? For the first reason is armor. You're making armor. You're making PvP armor. You're making leveling armor. You have these specialized bolts. You can go into the reagents to make those other special types of armor. You have some tools. You got some nice bags. Everyone's gonna want those, those reagent bags and those 34 slot bags. The chronocloth and the azure weave. You're gonna need bolts to go into that. You got some toys, and you have that enchant for the legs for intellect. So it's going to be an A. I don't think it's an S tier. And it's probably behind mining. I'm not too sure if it's behind herbalism. But I think that's a good spot for the profession. All right, so let me give it a once over. Alchemy, I think you can't go wrong with that. Definitely not blacksmithing. That's just going to be insane. Inscription, this can be one of those kiss curse types of things that can blow up in your face, or it can make you crazy amounts of money. This is just going to be all over the place with armor. Mining, gatherers are just going to have a field day with either skinning or herbalism or mining. Tailoring, enchanting, this also, I forgot to mention about tailoring. You can go in that specialization, which is just gathering cloth. There you go. Now that I feel a lot better now because it's in this slot here. Jewelcrafting, I think, unfortunately, it doesn't have anything that really draws my attention. Maybe the trinkets, I don't know. And engineering, it's just bad. Honestly, I'm being nice and I'm leaving it at C. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope this gives you, it's right on the mark. It's just a couple days before launch, and you're probably stressing which ones you should take. Hopefully, I've made it informative, and so you can make a good choice as to not only what's going to make you gold, but maybe something that you've been maybe not wanting to get because maybe you don't feel it's going to be pretty lucrative, but it could be fun for you, right? So I'm thinking of making a pairing video, but I'm not too sure. Let me know if you think you want me to go into that, because I think there might be a couple pairings that are pretty interesting. I just don't know if it merits a whole video to make. Anyways, guys, there you have it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.